through the sand like a thought in disguise. The scarab spins truth where the cosmos collide. Energy whispers, it never says goodbye. The Beatles crawl, the Beatles rise.
Go to AmericanHealer.website now. Get the tools for health and inspiration the way God intended.
Sort of burst the chaos, yet the chaos rise. My name Beatles, 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 over and over, spinning the world in the grip of their shoulders. Beatles, 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 under and over, rolling through time till the blackness is sober. The heat fades lower, the order begins. A stillness so perfect it hums from within. The void sings softly, entropy takes a bow. In the shadow of silence, the scarab knows how. The second law is dancing, feeding life through decay. The third law holds the promise that the stillness will stay. And the Lord has been over and over. Oh, know that I am loved. And we give thanks and praise to the Most High God for the divine spark that set ourselves into perpetual motion. We give thanks for the magnetism of the Most Holy, the magnetism that repels and attracts the ferry boats of light 60,000 miles every 60 seconds throughout our vessels and caves. We give thanks for your ability to drink clean water every 60 minutes, flooding the river of life. We give thanks that sugar has not covered our ferry and turn them into stone. We give thanks that darkness has not covered the riverbanks with calcium and turn them into stone. We give thanks that anger and fear have not turned our almonds bitter, turning our heart to stone. We give thanks for smooth sailing upstream through the valley of death, through the superior vena cava into the right atrium. We give thanks for smooth sailing around the heart through the corona crown, joining the vortex in the right atrium. Yeah. We give thanks for the perfect black solar repeater that induces the primary electromagnetic wave, opening the mouth of the Kodesh HaKodashim. We give thanks for the mechanic breakthroughs when the mouth of the Kodesh HaKodashim closes. We give thanks to the ray wave reflecting on the semi-lunar valves, opening a pathway to the vineyard. We give thanks for the mechanical wave produced when the lunar gate to the vineyard closes. We give thanks to the Most High God that provides the light in our breath and the light in our breath. We give thanks for the finned olfactory system that makes our grapes ripe with light. We give thanks for the jet pillar that provides us with a stable fleet of ferry boats to dock in our vineyard. We give thanks for smooth sailing through the pulmonary vein into the storm of the left atrium. We give thanks for the perfect black solar repeater that induces the primary electromagnetic wave, opening the mouth of the Kodesh HaKodashim. We give thanks for the mechanical wave produced when the mouth of the Kodesh HaKodashim closes. We give thanks to the ray wave reflecting on the semi-lunar valves, opens a pathway into the holy royal arch of the Waceptra. We give thanks for the magnetism of the Most Holy, the magnetism that repels and attracts the ferry boats of light 60,000 miles every 60 seconds throughout our vessels and caves. Amen.
All right, so listen. Man, I'm glad to see we done jumped onto the live stream. That's good. We done jumped onto the live stream. Nice and aggressively. Let me shout out to the people who let me send a shout out to the people who ain't got no business on the chat in the chat room right now. If you at work, I love you twice as much as I love everybody else. Because you ain't got no business on this live stream right now. Hold on, man. Hold on. Kev, you getting like Osborne, bro. I'm feeling very disrespected right now. I'm feeling very disrespected right now. Yeah, that's crazy. I feel good when I'm outworking you guys. If Kev is posting stuff like he got all the books and all that, I'm feeling like I'm not working hard enough. So look for another look for another couple of books to drop because of Kev. Look for some more books to drop because of Kev, man. Kev is acting a fool. Yeah, nah, bro. Nah. Just because of that, man. We gotta get this thing together, man. I can't just let you just be dogging me out like that. Shout out to the faithful one. Shout out to the faithful one. My man Hard One out there. Oh man, listen. Oh man, I gotta change this. Let me change this up. There we go. There we go. Okay. Yeah. So listen. We had a lot of questions on the Black's Anatomy, right? I didn't realize that people got that deep into the Black's Anatomy books. Like, that's what I really hoped for. But I didn't know people got so deep into it that I was going to start getting crazy. Oh, hold up. Somebody sent me some emails, and I didn't get back to them on time, so they done pressed the red button on me. You know the rules, but sure. Yeah, you have to have some regular plain oatmeal with that. Oh. And make sure everybody is on the same but yeah, I didn't know that people was really deep into the Black's Anatomy. So for the people that don't know what we're doing with the new book series, first things first, let me say this. I take it as a personal responsibility to be here in front of you guys. You know what I'm saying? So all day, literally, all day, I'm burning my eyeballs out. Literally. All day, I'm burning my eyeballs out. Either typing, writing down some random ideas, or trying to like watch some foolishness to reset my brain so I can get, a new idea. Or as of lately, I've been, heavily in student mode. I'm still working on some more certifications. So yeah, that too, but no, everything is connected. So the two things that are happening that are most prevalent is that the health landscape is changing, and you can't really see it. You can't really see it like day to day. You know what I'm saying? It's just a few things that you can notice. Like if you start listening to all of those different, 500,000 sub, 1 million sub, 200,000 sub, like health platforms, you'll notice that they're using certain phrases now. You know what I'm saying? So food is medicine is more popular. Prescribing exercises. I ain't gonna lie. I've been in this health space so long. It is crazy. just to see like where it is one day and then where it could be the next. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. Because seeing all these guys, you know, the KTs and the Yankees and all these guys, it's funny to watch them too. You know, because when I came out, it was in an era where if you was not wearing sandals with dreadlocks and dashikis and all that, you was like, you was a flop, like you was a fraud. You was fake. You know what I'm saying? You was fake for looking regular. Like whatever your normal attire is. When I came into the community, the standard was to be fake. Like literally, I bring the realness into the community. That's one of the things that I did with this whole, before it was even an online community. Like, I was like, yo, why y'all wearing these clothes? Y'all don't wear these clothes in your neighborhood. It don't make sense. Like if you, like this is a secret club, y'all come down to these meetings and like put on Egyptian musk and you put on Egyptian musk in the car. You know what I'm saying? When you get the 127th Street, you coming downtown, you get the 127th Street, you done turned off Drake, and now you done put on, you know, oh no, this is the classic right here. This is Khalid Muhammad. I was listening to Khalid Muhammad on my way down. Get your ass. You ain't get what? You mean you was listening to 50 on your way down here? Like, so, you know, it's changed a lot, you know, for the better and some for the worst as well, you know. But it's amazing to just watch the changes, you know, and be blessed enough to, you know, be in position to hang out during changing times and you know, keep swimming. So but as the information changes, you know, we have to stay ahead of that. As the information changes, we have to stay ahead of that. And there's some crazy changes, but then also, you know, God got me on another mission. And, you know, it's wild that God keeps sending me out on these crash out missions, you know what I'm saying? But that's how I feel like this is like a crash out mission, because God be trying to like ask me to do impossible things. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, do this. Break this down. Yeah, you can do it. Of course you can do it. You can explain how the breath, you can explain to people how the breath turned into a fully working human. I'm like, I'm like, I don't know, God. You might have to put that one on Chase. You might have to put that one on one of the babies. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm training them up. You know, I got you. They on the way. God, like, no, you got this. You got this. If LeBron's still fast, if LeBron is leading the NBA in fast break points, you got this. So whenever I even think I'm about to slip, I just need to see a quick little Bron clip of him, you know, posterizing somebody's kids, because that's what this is now. This is just getting into child abuse. He out there catching dunks on people. He done dunked on fathers and sons. That's wild. That's a whole new type of statistic. Like, how many father and sons have you? crazy. Mike don't got that statistic. I don't think anybody has that statistic. How many sets of parents and children have you demonstrated on in the NBA? But now we going in terms of not just like laying out something new. What we're doing is for some people, because there's always some people who's just tuning in. It's always going to be somebody like, yo, I'm trying to get down with the books. What book should I start with? And we in 2026, and they're like, yo, what book should we start with? I'm like, yo, I can't even tell you that, because them books might not even be for sale no more. I don't even know if books is available. You know what I'm saying? Like, start with what's current, whatever got you passionate, whatever is the idea that popped into your mind that said, oh, I got to get on. I want to get into the study group. I want to get whatever we were speaking about. Get that book. That's the book you should get. That's the book you're going to read. That's the book with the information in it that you're going to live out. So that is a big part of what it is that we're doing. Even though it might not seem like it, because we're doing it at such a fast pace. But what we do from here going forward is going to be a lot more based on activation. No disrespect, but it was brought to my attention that I got a lot of fat people at home watching these videos. And I appreciate that. I appreciate the support. Fat, skinny, tall, short, black, white, gay, straight, atheist, believer, you know what I'm saying? Like, however it goes, alien, you from Mars or wherever you think you from, whatever, right? But it has to have a timestamp on it. It has to have a timestamp on it. I used to be like that. And I guess it was much easier for me to be that way when I was on my personal trainer vibe. What's funny about me is I get passionate about something and I get into the flow of it. And then by the time I should really be passionate about it, I'm over it already. Like, I was doing personal training for years before I got a certification. By the time I got a personal trainer certification, I was like, I'm not getting ready to do no exercise alongside you. So my passion, when your personal trainer's passionate when they also exercising while they telling you what to do. Yeah. But it was much easier for me to, like, and I had my little rules that people enjoyed. My thing was no clients after 3 months. That was my thing. I used to tell all my clients that if you still need me as your personal trainer after 3 months, after 90 days, I failed you. Because every time that we have a session, it's more about learning than me pushing you through exercise. And nothing's wrong with people whose style is that type of style. You know what I'm saying? Where you come and they kind of show up and they got your workout, boom, boom, boom. We're going to do 3 sets of this and we're going to hit a max set on this, or we're going to do a max, we're going to shoot for a PR today, or we're going to try to get this, we're going to try to go super heavy today. So we might just be doing 2-3 reps or whatever the program is. They show up with it all written out, nice and orderly. Or I guess today they might just send you a text of it in advance, or however that goes. But for me, it was more about teaching a person how to be in touch with their body in a way that their body can drive them closer to their goal faster, whatever that is. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're trying to lose weight, if you're trying to lose weight and you're not experiencing hunger every day, chances are you're not going to get there. And when I say experiencing hunger, I mean, yes, regardless to what the internet says, if your stomach is growling, you experiencing hunger. Now we know back in the days, you get hungry, your stomach start growling. And the internet came along and said, no, those are just pockets of gas in your empty stomach, kind of moving it. No. Where we're from, there is no empty stomach with pockets of, there's no room for pockets of gas if we're not hungry. But you can experience hunger in other ways, right? If you're not cranky throughout the day, because you're I gotta shake off this Philly accent. Jay Mills, it got me in a Philly bag. I've been in the Philly bag for the last 12 hours, reminiscing on living in Philly. But if you're not going through the withdrawal symptoms, if you're not going through the withdrawal symptoms, if you're not irritable, if you're not experiencing any of those things, your chances are you're not really losing any weight, right? You're not really doing anything, and the same thing for the people on the flip side, trying to build muscle, yes, we're no longer in the private pile, like drill sergeant era, right? Or at least the era is slowly dying, right? But no pain, no gain is a fact. Now, you don't need to work out until you get pain, like, okay, I'm doing chest, so my chest should hurt. It should feel like I done tore a muscle, then I know I did. Like that, you don't need that. But if you're not like uncomfortable, like extremely uncomfortable, you're not growing, you're not changing, right? So you should be uncomfortable with some things. You should feel uncomfortable to an extent. Like there should be things going on that you can take as I don't know, I'm gonna just say milestones for lack of a better term, you know what I'm saying? But you can take them little things instead of taking them as a drawback. Like pat yourself on the back, be like, man, I don't remember when the last time my stomach growled. That's crazy. My stomach ain't growled in 2 years. My stomach ain't growled in 5 years. My stomach, I don't even remember. My stomach ain't growled since I was a little boy. Like, because we grow up and coming from impoverished situations, eating is everything, and we feel like if we're not eating, it's a cardinal sin. You know what I'm saying? We don't realize that fasting is spiritual and fasting is the opposite of eating. So it's not a sin to not eat. It's not a sin to not eat. It's actually a gift. It's going to bless you, skipping some meals. It's going to bless you. It's literally the only thing scientifically proven to extend people's lives is to eat less food, period. Or to continue to eat the same amount of food, but do much more exercise. But that calorie deficit, it only comes one of two ways. Either you eat less food or you eat the same amount of food, but you do a lot more exercise so that you get rid of a lot more energy. You know what I'm saying? You produce a lot more electricity, right? So yeah, I need that to not be a thing. I need that to not be a thing. So very shortly, we're going to set it up to where I'm going to do. Let me see. I'm thinking, I'm not sure yet. It's going to be either 3 months or 6 months of free coaching. 3 to 6 months, free coaching, at least 2 sessions per week, free, 3 to 6 months. But that's only going to be for Patreon folks. That's only going to be for the Patreon folks. And that's going to start relatively soon. Period. Because I can't have a bunch of fat folks and, like just Paul and Kyle that could do the push-ups. Like, what happened to the 60 and 60? What happened to the 60 and 60? Like, come on, ladies. You can't even do 60 squats in 60 seconds. It's wild out here. It's wild. How long you been watching Dr. Inky and you can't, what are we doing? This is crazy. So we have to get, this is not funny. Paul think this is funny. Yo, it's wild out here, Paul. I can't have that smut on my jacket. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's getting ready to be summertime. People gonna be doing their videos, and maybe y'all don't know this because y'all YouTube era. I'm from before the YouTube era, where we used to go city to city to city to city. And what y'all don't know is that people would film, and when they filming, they look at the audience members. And people compare audience members. You know what I'm saying? Like, they like, look at these joints Inky got. Come on, Ink. Come on, man. You got to do better, man. You got to do better. Where is you doing lectures at? And they can't even get you a hotel room and look at the front row. Your people look like they just got off work. Like, people goes in. Now, the people would never hear about it, but behind the scenes, yeah. So we can't, come on now. We can't be out there this summer looking 40 pounds overweight talking about, I got all Inky books. So are you not reading the books or do you not like the books? Like, are you just putting them in the fireplace? Like, what are you doing with those books? Because using them, you're clearly not doing that. Yeah. Y'all better stop laughing because this is serious business. This is crazy. See, this is crazy. This is crazy. See, M4 could do 6,000 push-ups right now. Him, Paul, and Kyle, they can marathon. They can put 10,000 Guinness Book of World Records push-ups. So they that's how they behave. Just don't pay no attention to them. But everybody else, I need y'all to be getting it together. So we're gonna have coaching that'll open up shortly. Coaching will open up shortly. I got still a lot of classes, so I don't want to commit to coaching until I can do it. But I'm definitely letting y'all know for sure that the coaching is going to start because I have to get some coaching sessions in anyway for me. So the coaching sessions will start very shortly, and they will be serious, right? Because sometimes we need help with our accountability. It's not about knowing the information. That's why healers, they never take care of themselves because the healer is accountable for everybody else's health, but their own health, they just be, it's kind of the Jesus syndrome. You sacrificing yourself for the disciples and everybody else. You know what I'm saying? But we got to get that 2026. We have to have that. Right? Because there's people that forget about knowing less than me. There's people that know 1/100th of the amount that you at home know. If you got more than 20 of my books, you at all-time genius level when it comes to this health information, period. Especially if you done read them 20 books, like you're head and shoulders above. So we need to have routines that reflect that. You know what I'm saying? We shouldn't be having folks running around. The only health information they know is protein, fat, and carb. And, you know, their focus is hyper driven on body transformation. So they have a lot more active people, where my focus has primarily been on teaching. So I have a lot of students, people studying the information, which I appreciate. Can't live without you. But we have to put some transformation energy in. We got to put some transformation energy in, because I don't want y'all keeping my phone number as like some sort of medical get out of jail card. You know what I'm saying? Like you're doing nothing. You're not even getting your daily steps. Your stomach is flipped up over your pants and all that, you know, and you just waiting. Like, yeah, if something, you know, if I get sick, I'm gonna just call Inky up. No, you're not going to just call Inky up. I'm just telling you now. I'm going to be like, okay, great. Do you have this book? And you're going to be like, yeah, I got that book. All right, great. Go grab that off the shelf right now. Let's go through that. Let's walk through that book. Oh, I ain't get to reading this one yet. Perfect. Hit me back in a few days after you read this book with the questions. Bro, come on, Marv. You listen, Marv. You done been through a few cycles of this already. Marv was there. He came around. You know, when Marv came around, he was looking a little. What's the appropriate term for men? He was husky. You can't say thick. Thick sound crazy. Pause for even thinking it. But Marvin was husky. You know, he was husky. Yeah. And then Marv just went crazy. I don't even know what it was. It's like he got a little tiny taste of working out and turned into a full-blown addict and never stopped. Period. He just went crazy. Yeah, Marv just went crazy. So yeah. Marv is, but Marv was around. He was around to see, you know, because this energy is not, you know, some of y'all may not be used to this energy, but this energy pops up every 2-3 years when I realize that we got too complacent with watching videos. I got to, you know, we got to start the moving again, right? The movement must be moving, or it's not a movement. The movement is not moving, man. Sedentary behavior is the #1 cause of chronic disease. So we cannot have a movement that's not moving. Period. You know what I'm saying? We got to get the movement moving. Yeah. Marv is. Marv over there doing them Super Saiyan. You know, he doing 6,000 squats warm up. Yeah, ain't nobody paying no attention to Marv. You know what I'm saying? But back to the books, right? So sometimes I can get a little carried away, and then sometimes I just get full blown, just, I don't know, somebody need to stop me. My children be trying though, but they can't. Especially if I get an op, you know what I'm saying? So when we had our little run, we had our little couple of debates. We might need another debate. I just don't have a topic that I can get passionate about to argue about right now. You know, I got somebody that I would like to have an argument. African guy named Sekou is saying that Africans did not invent any science, which is crazy. So I would love to debate the African guy who's against Africa. Like, I would love to do that. That'd be good. But I know that we went super crazy in these Black's Anatomy books. And sometimes I get ahead of myself and then come back. And then when I come back, That'd be like some of my best work. And just for the simplification, simplification and try to be as dry as possible sometime, right? I think we went deep into the quantum space, which is good for the people that have been following for the longest. They get it. But with God's blessing and backing and love and all of the good things I can say about, appreciating my last couple of years, we got a bunch of new folks that's watching. And so they can't really connect. They're having trouble connecting electrons and protons to a kale salad versus high grade steak versus a bottle of bitters versus a detox. Like they just can't, they don't know how to resolve. They can't get it. Like they just like, okay, Inky, but what about the health information? I get so many people that ask me that. Like sometimes I just don't even look at my phone. It's just ridiculous. They're like, come on, Ink, when you getting back on the health information? I'm like, what are y'all mean getting back on the health information? This is crazy. This means that y'all are not reading anything. Not only y'all not reading my books, y'all not reading any books because y'all are just like out of it. It is 2026. It's 2026. The health information. And I get it. We behind. My folks is, dying for lack of knowledge. So it's rough to try to supply that knowledge because it's like, you had to drag folks kicking and screaming a little bit, but I always have to, like, I'm gonna say mind my manners, but I have to make sure that I'm meeting people on the square. So at the same time as we're doing some very, 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 very new things in the new book series, especially with the spirit code, like that's a real thing. That is a real thing that we're carving out, like some old Mona Lisa, like the once in a lifetime artwork. Like it's shaping up to be something crazy. But at the same time, putting the missing pieces into some, like here's the number one. This is the main Black's Anatomy textbook, right? This is the main one, right? There's 6 of these Black's Anatomy books, right? There's really 5, but then plant genetics is basically a part of plant genetics is a part of the Black's Anatomy series, right? So just in case you don't have them all or you don't know what I'm talking about, you have Darwin's fallacies, right? Then you have the white paper, right? Can y'all see that? Right? This is the white paper. So this is our articles on the theory of inspiration, right? And then, hold on. Then we have the book we went to war with, right? The Neteru Selection, right? Then we got the Theory of Evolution. And then we got, of course, the Plant Genetics book, right? And so With the exception of the plant genetics book, I was flexing in the other books. Actually, not this book either. These two books, these are classic teaching tools. But the other books, I was definitely flexing in those books. It's a lot of flexing in those books. It's a lot of flexing, a lot of information. But I was in lecture mode in those books, right? A lecturer and a teacher is totally two different things. People look at them the same way because a teacher can do a lecture and a lecturer can do some teaching, but they're not the same. A lecturer just drops the highest level information that he has on you and walks off. That's what a lecturer is there to do. Drop the highest level information that he can put together on you and then walk out of the room, right? It doesn't matter if you learned it or not. It doesn't matter if you learned anything at all. His job is to put together 30 minutes, hour, 3 hours, 5 hours, whatever the time length, put together the most fire, high level information he can, drop mic at the end, walk off. A teacher, on the other hand, their job is to communicate with you in such a way that you're inspired to go and do some stuff after you spend some time with the teacher, right? So in most of the Black's Anatomy series, it was a lot of flexing going on. But these two books, I was in teacher mode, right? And of course, even in the flexing, there's still a lot of teaching going on. But I wasn't really like pumping no brakes and none of that to check on where you was at with your understanding level. It was just one of those series, like, nah. This is not for the slow kids in the back row that's looking out the window throwing papers. No. This series ain't for them. This is for the ones that sit in the front, not because they mama said they need to, not because they got short attention span. They decided to sit in the front on their own because they trying to get top score and get as much as they can get out of the information, right? So yeah, so we had to, we have a lot of dumbed down, like every so often we just gotta go, right? But thus far, it was my most fun to write because I didn't really put any restraints on myself with the Black's Anatomy series. Just go. Just drop everything that Grey's Anatomy ran away from. Right? And I think in the main book, we took our time, even to where we walked through, like, let me see. Because we like did a few different crazy things inside this book. And it's loaded with references and all of those good things for the people who need them.
12.
Is y'all trying to like get onto my live stream? Spring break is wild. Go to page 173. Right? If you go to page 173, we kind of start walking through, just to give you an idea, right? We talk about the triangle, or at least it's the chapter is named the Triangle Offense, but what we're actually talking about is quantum information metabolism, right? Quantum information metabolism, right? And again, I'm only bringing this out as an example because the future of health information, the conversations Like people make jokes like, yo, Inky Books, you can't even make it through one page without having to look up. That just shows you how far behind we are, respectfully. And we're at the last stage of an era to where a new era is being initiated, and the information is going like this. Like leaps and bounds, it's going forward. And we still have a bunch of our people who still trying to figure out why they should have a salad versus fried chicken. Like, we still on that. Pepsi just dropped like new flavors of Pepsi. Let me see if it. Oh man, damn.
In the beginning was the way was God, the way was God, the way was hard. Every step a symphony, timelines infinity, the way we raise injury, I'm the divine epiphany.
I love Dr. Inky, Dr. Inky. I love Dr. Inky.
Yo. American Hiller. Talk to him. Hey, and I'm about it, not for profit. I'm a prophet, you know he got it. And I'm about it, not for profit. I'm a prophet, you know he got it. And I'm about it, not for profit. I'm a prophet, you know he got it. And I'm about it, not for profit. I'm a prophet, you know he got it. Hormone jump, blood flow rush, brain work sharp, they still cut.
Okay, look at this. Look at the road. I just want y'all to understand that the world is changing. You see this? This is a new thing right here. This is just a sample of the future. This is Doritos Simply Naked. Doritos Simply Naked. So that means RFK is working. I would love to take the credit and be like, yeah, because Y'all didn't hear nothing I just said. I know. Yeah, I caught it. Listen, that means those is Doritos Simply Naked. And they got a whole line of them where they're basically removing the chemicals from the snacks. So there's people positioning themselves for the future. It's already coming. It's already coming. And the conferences that are happening, whatever these major changes are, it's going to be a killing season to get through there. It's going to be a killing season. It's going to be a killing season. It's going to be a killing season. It's going to be a wild 20 piece. It's going to be a wild 20 years. It's going to be a wild 20 years because that's when the major changes are supposed to take place. And at that time, well, not even take place. Things are already starting to move around, but the world will just look super different. Like we go through these time periods where everything is kind of like, and then overnight, some big stuff happens in the world is just no longer the same. Like how we went from the shift of everything was wired to everything is no longer wired. You know what I'm saying? And all kind of stuff happened in that time period. So that's the same mission that we on right now with the health. Like it's getting ready to get crazy out there. It's getting crazy. You know what I'm saying? And so we got to be ahead of the pack. We have to be ahead of the learning curve, period. When they start, by the time it gets to the schools and they start talking about quantum, this, that, and the hustles is going already done been ran, right? It's going to already be tons of new drugs, because once they make certain aspects of the human body standard, like a part of the standard operating, a standard part of anatomy and anatomical focus, is, people going to start putting out drugs and stuff for that. And so we'll go through a period of, have you or your loved one used quantum whatever, quantum zilzinas, like we're going to go back. Like it's going to be a whole nother site, because some of y'all remember, it was almost like every week a new drug was coming. If you or your loved ones, they quieted down. They quieted down. And I'm not sure that it quieted down because safety regulations went up. I just think it quieted down because there wasn't, that much experimental drugs coming out, to where now it's cranking up again. Now that you got all these GLP things and take home, legal steroids, with the TRT. And so, man, it's going to be some folks, it's going to be some money made for sure, because the doctors is going to be selling the TRT out the front door, and they're going to be letting the steroids go out the back door. Just in case you didn't know, that's where all illegal steroids come from. They come from doctors. Don't think that your guy is so muscled up in the gym that he's the plug for the steroids. Like he has a connect to the lab. No, he knows a doctor. That's all. And him and the doctor split the money. He takes all the risk, and him and the doctor split the money. You know what I'm saying? But make it, just to make it plain, at some point the steroids must come through a doctor. You know what I'm saying? Just like cocaine. At some point, cocaine must come through customs. So there are always going to be government officials or law enforcement that's somehow associated with bringing in drugs or guns or whatever the case may be. But with the peptides coming in, you know what I'm saying? So between the peptides, the fat loss stuff, and the muscle building stuff, and this whole new universe that we getting ready to go into, it's going to be wild. It's going to be wild. It's going to be wild. It's the wild, wild west all over again. So it's going to be a lot of clamping down. It's going to be a lot of what we saw during COVID that will pop back up. There will probably be some regulations on what people can say on the internet and what they shouldn't say. And some of the stuff I think is government. Like what Alex Jones and them be saying, like it's the psyops. I think it's the psyops, because that's why I'm not even on like TikTok, because I think TikTok is like, TikTok is the worst. Like the last thing I seen on TikTok was they was like saying that boric acid was like a good detox and a cure for all kind of cancer and all kind of wild stuff. I was like, yo, but again, it's cyclical. It's cyclical. It's just that the crazy stuff couldn't do as much damage when there was no internet, because people was doing that with peroxide. Back in the days, hydrogen peroxide, they was pumping that. You had books out there on it. You had people selling pamphlets on it, like all kind of, cure everything with hydrogen peroxide. All you got to do is dilute it to the right amount, and then you could drink it. And then people come to me. And this is before the doctor, and this is just Minister. Actually, this is before Minister Inky. This is just Inky. Like, yo, why you not on this peroxide? I'm like, because I'm not trying to die. You niggas is nuts. Stop drinking peroxide. You got a better off chance of fighting a Mack truck coming at you at full speed. Do not drink peroxide. I was like, do you know what peroxide does? Yeah, it kills bacteria. I said, correct. And what is your body made out of? But see, the hydrogen peroxide thing was thriving in the 90s. The 90s was the era of hydrogen peroxide. I can't even, it was crazy. But microbiome information hadn't really, you know what I'm saying? Like that was still just, you know, like the white folks that was willing to pay $80 or $100 for a new vitamin capsule that had to be kept in the refrigerator at the time because, you know, if your probiotics sat on the counter for longer than the hour, they were saying all the probiotics is dead in the bottle and all this kind of crazy stuff. So you had to buy it from the freezer, rush home, throw it in your fridge, or, you know, like all kinds of foolishness, you know. Then after a while, they start telling people the probiotics is no good because you got to get prebiotics with it and all kind of foolishness. But yeah, before microbiome was a household name, and it's still not really a household name, but in health circles, it's a household name already. That's where people was going to town drinking peroxide. Like, thank God the alkaline water craze killed the peroxide water craze, because that's what the thing was. Distilled water with peroxide in it. And so now TikTok, well, hopefully they didn't went to something else, but yeah, I think it was like 2 years ago. It was like, yeah, we're going on a boric acid fast. We're going to drink boric acid. And I was like, what? I was like, this is like the Twilight Zone. This is the exact same peroxide foolishness. You know what I'm saying? And I just think it hurts when people get caught up in when people who create a name for themselves get caught up in those moments. You know what I'm saying? Because John Q. Public, okay, cool. But if you're supposed to be like a herbalist or holistic healer or anything in that vein, you should take it serious. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing that hurts me the most. Even if you didn't mean it, even if you was just trying to hustle, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever you thought you was doing, side income or whatever. But if it winds up being something you're really passionate about and you feel like you're good at doing it, at some point you should start taking it serious. And you shouldn't allow yourself to be like on the internet saying you could drop honey and blind people's eyes. People that's losing their eyesight from diabetes, you're going to put honey in it. Like, what are you doing, bro? Like, that's just wild. Like, what are you doing, bro? You might as well be drinking boric acid. Yeah, it's crazy. But anyway, so the information is moving fast. You know, the information is moving fast, and we have to be right there in the midst of it. You know, we have to be right there in the midst of it. So, for those of you that's on point, like my man Kev getting the books before, Kev getting the book. I gotta check on my man Osborne. Kev might be beating Osborne right now. Kev is out of control. But anyway, going back to the Black's Anatomy series, we spent a lot of time in the quantum space, right? And I think that, I know from a lot of the questions that I got, and again, even if I don't answer the question directly, don't think I didn't read it. It just might be something I got to put to the side for a minute. Connecting the dots is important. Connecting the dots is important. So we're connecting the dots while at the same time doing something. So that's another thing. We're trying to keep the new books relatively short and easy to read. So the first book is a textbook. So it's a big book, right? The first book is a big book. But all the other books, let me pull it up and see. Hold on. Let me pull it up and see. Because even the size of the books is different. Made the size of the books smaller. Okay. So this book is a thick one. This is a thick one. Yeah, this is a thick one. It's tall and it's 627 pages. Actually got mine in the back. But yeah, this is a thick book. This is the textbook. Right? So then from here, these books are kind of smaller, right? The rest of the books in the series. Right? So right now we all the way up to we're on volume 8, right? Right. And these volumes is not counting the main book. So there's 9 of these books in total that's out already. Yeah. Yeah, we cooking. Okay. Okay. We got some number 1 action. Number 1 new release in blood type diets. Very interesting. I don't know how I got in blood type diets. That's kind of crazy. I'm respecting it though. I definitely appreciate that. Whoever bought that book. Yeah, we got one. Number 1 in blood type diets. That is dope. That is dope. Okay, and we got another one. Number 1 new release in electrochemistry. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Ooh, let's go. W in the chat. Yeah. Yeah. So the books are smaller to try to make it easier to read them. You know, you got the textbook with some size, but then the rest of the books are like smaller and they're like 200 pages. I think I have one that hasn't come out yet. It's got some pages to it. But for the most part, they're about 200 pages to try to make it to try to make the books like one-pointed. You know, one-pointed because it's a pretty big undertaking that we're doing with these books. So there's a lot of information to learn. So I'm trying not to like jumble it up. Yeah, I'm trying not to jumble it up and just keep it like simple. yo, Moses is crazy. Moses is crazy. Yeah. That is a certified fact. Oh, hell no. Yo, Moses is trolling. He said he used to think activated charcoal can make him darker skin. That's crazy. That is crazy. But I do have, I actually do have a book on that though. And it is not in here right now. But I believe it is in the Eat Right for Your Haplotype book. In the Eat Right for Your Haplotype book, I do believe we have the Endarkenment Protocol. So if you want to get a little darker, we got a blueprint for you. Listen, trust me. Don't even worry about battling the herbal salesman, brother. They're going to phase out. Yeah, don't even waste your time. Listen, it's guys in suits. It's some white guys in suits right now sitting in very, very, very opulent offices. And the only thing they're thinking about is getting rid of the alkaline hustlers and the herbal salesmen. Hey, I'm trying to stay out the way, period. Yeah, no, that's exactly what it do. Yeah, activated charcoal, it definitely pulls impurities out of your body. That's half correct. The other half is, it doesn't just pull impurities out of your body, right? Because really, we say things like impurities. You know what I'm saying? So we kind of know what each other means, but it's bad English. It's not exactly correct, right? In the chemistry space, carbon is the thing that attaches to everything else. So what activated charcoal is, it's like a carbon it's a carbon waste product. That's literally what activated charcoal is. It is a carbon waste product, right? So people that have it, they have the highest quality, I guess, would be like from the burnt coconuts, right? But yeah, it's burnt coconuts. You know what I'm saying? So it's a really it's a carbon waste product. And so what happens is, because carbon in chemistry attaches to almost every other chemical, when you take activated charcoal, that's literally what the charcoal is going to do. It's going to attach itself to every other chemical. And so when you think about it that way, it changes, I hope it changes people's view of activated charcoal. And so they use it better, right? Because sometimes people believe that activated charcoal like is looking for quote unquote toxins to pull out. It doesn't do that. It's going to pull out any toxins, drugs, whatever it come across, but it's also going to grab the minerals and vitamins and all the other good stuff that you want to keep in there. So when you use activated charcoal, you want to give it some space. You want to give activated charcoal time and space. You know what I'm saying? You want to do that like just like that. And if you're taking that with some herbs, I would say for the most part, don't even mess with it. Just give your charcoal some space. You know what I'm saying? Don't take it with no food because it's going to mess up your body's ability to metabolize the good stuff you get from the food. You want to get your nutrition out of the food. If you take charcoal with it, it's going to grab all the vitamins and minerals, all that's coming out in your poop with the charcoal. So unless you're super skilled and seasoned at, mixing stuff up, give your activated charcoal some space. Like just do that with some water at whatever time. You know what I'm saying? Or if somebody has something they swallowed or whatever the case may be, do what you're going to do. But if you just like, oh, I'm going to take me some activated charcoal, make sure you're not taking that with other stuff. Like, people do that with garlic pills a lot. They take, oh, I'm taking my regular, these are my vitamins for the day. And inside the vitamins for the day, they got detox cleansing stuff. They got charcoals in there. They got garlics in there. They got all kind of stuff mixed in. Like, hey. Rome wasn't built in a day. Neither was Kemet. You might want to break that large group of vitamins down and do some of them at the daytime, some of them at the nighttime. You know what I'm saying? Like you might want to break that down and do some of them. Some of them go better with food. Some of them go better on an empty stomach. Yeah, you got to figure that out. Some of them go better with meat or fake meat. You know what I'm saying? Some of them go better with your greens and your lighter dishes. Yeah. So yeah, you definitely want to Yeah, definitely. Don't take it with your supplements because that's going to mess up your whole program. Do I sell plant blood? What just happened? All right, at KG, this is what I would suggest for you. Right? This is what I would suggest for you. For information purposes, I would go to Amazon, right? This is what you need to do, right? I would jump on these books, right? But looking at your question, this is what I would start with. Just go to Amazon, type in my name, and then type in kitchen chemistry. Right? And I would start with these two books. They popped right up. Start with that one. Then get that one. You might definitely need that one, but by the time you read those first two books, you should have a direction. Yeah, you should have a direction. You should have a direction. So I would say jump on these two books. Yeah, get these 2 books right here, Kitchen Chemistry 1 and 2. Get those 2 books and start right there with that. So Moses is looking to see if I sell plant blood. And then we got somebody in the chat that's sniping. Somebody in the chat like, yo, listen, don't worry. Come tap in with me. I got you. I got you with the plant blood. Oh my God. Plant blood. That is crazy. Plant blood is wow. Now, that could be dragon's blood, right? We mess with dragon's blood. You know what I'm saying? That's a real thing. So maybe he means to say dragon's blood. I ain't putting that on the big screen. He said, look it up for the audience. The audience gonna look it up already. Yeah, I don't see nothing. I don't see nothing up here. That would make sense. I just looked. I just typed it into the Google, and you even got the Google. You got Google confused. There is no such thing as plant blood, champ. Respectfully, unless somebody is just selling you like a bottle of chlorophyll. If somebody's just selling you a plain bottle of chlorophyll, they could run off with that. Oh, okay, chlorophyll. Okay. Nah, I don't really like have a chlorophyll thing, but I have, herbs and stuff, and chlorophyll is, I mean, if you have herbs, but no, chlorophyll, you don't want to refer to it as plant's blood, because it's not really plant's blood. It's picked up the usage because so many people, they try to put melanin and say melanin is, doing human photosynthesis. And so they make these comparisons between chlorophyll, hemoglobin, and melanin, but it's not the same. And to be honest, most of the chlorophyll that's being sold is not actually chlorophyll. So I always want to share that with people whenever I get the chance. Most of the chlorophyll that is available for purchase is not actually chlorophyll. Yeah, most of the chlorophyll that's for sale is salt water. It's salt water. That's what they're selling, colored salt water. So I want you to understand that there's a big difference between chlorophyll and chlorophylline. Chlorophyll and chlorophylline is 2 totally different things. You see, now Marv is trolling you. Stop trolling people over here. Now you got Marv trying to troll you. So just look at the back of the bottle when you're buying it, right? Just look at the back of the bottle. To be honest, you really don't have to buy like a chlorophyll thing. You know what I'm saying? Salad is better. salad is better. You know what I'm saying? Get you some actual roughage in. You know what I'm saying? Eat the actual plants. And get the chlorophyll, like get the chlorophyll right there. Yeah, eat you some plants. There you go. This is what most of those products is. I said salt water, but no, here, yeah, I could count on Marvin. Sodium, copper, chlorophyllin. This is definitely not chlorophyll. And John Q. Public doesn't really know that. So this is a whole industry that's making a killing. They're making buku dollars, and they're not getting. You don't trust the roughage at the store anymore? Man, well, that roughage is going to be better than that thing this here. The roughage from the store is going to be better than that. Yeah, you good. The roughage is going to be way better than the fake chlorophyll people is buying. It's really just salt water. It's really just green salt water. That is not chlorophyll. That is salt water. He said, pesticides and other chemicals be in the roughage. I want the extract. I'm going to be honest with you, Moses. Yeah, I think that, yeah, I think you get some pesticides and some chemicals and all that in the extracts too. I don't think you get as much, because depending on what type of extract, there's a purification process. So, you know, there are some extracts that don't have any sort of pesticides or added whatever, you know what I'm saying? Or added. Let me not even use the word added, because that's a slickness that they throw in. Like, there's no added chemicals in there. Like, yeah, but what about the chemicals that's toxic that's already was in there? Right? They can't get those out. So they use the word like no added chemicals or no added dyes or no added sugars or whatever the case may be. That's not saying there's none in there. They're just saying they ain't added none in. There's stuff that you lose when you're just looking for extracts, though, because your body was built. And this is why you got to get into the books, brother. Trust me, you'll get a lot out of these books. But like, because it's not possible for me to go through these books page by page, cover to cover on the internet. There's too much information. So I might go 3, 4, 5 hours into one book and might only go 5, 10 pages in a 300 or 600 page book. It's just too much information. And but your body was built around these things. This is the part that we got to understand. Our body was built around these foods. Like, so even if you doing the extract thing, right, and you getting like some of the nutrients, you know, that's part of the reason why there's a GLP-1, like America by itself is $1 billion to $1 trillion GLP-1, you know, lick, basically. And the reason is because people is just low on fiber, like destitute, like desperately, dangerously low on fiber. So you can make a product, GLP-1s, that historically it would have no marketplace. Historically, GLP-1s would not have a marketplace because people ate so much fiber. They produced enough of their own GLP agonists that they didn't need to get an injection of it, because your body makes it from fiber. But if we get in the extracts, because we're not actually getting the plants, we're missing fiber. And fiber is one of those things that's on the, you know, it's on the dartboard right now. So every day, you know, scientists are finding out something new about fiber. Every day, scientists are finding out something new about plant pigments, which is another thing that you may miss some of, not all of, but some of with extracts. So there's some things that definitely do your extracts. Definitely do your supplements. Like definitely do your extracts and your supplements. But I'm just saying, nothing beats photosynthesis. Nothing beats photosynthesis. That's why everything is a supplement. You take it to fill in the gaps of the food, but nothing beats like photosynthesis, like what God got going on, like how this thing, or the nature, or the Netchers, the Elohim, Buddha, Yahweh, like whoever got this thing to popping, it's perfection. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't get any better than how it's put together. So the supplements, I'm definitely a super fan of supplements. I take a bunch of my stuff and other stuff every day. So trust me, in no shape, form, or fashion would I be trying to tell people to take less supplements. No, take more supplements. Yeah, the crazier it gets outside, the more supplements you'll need. You know what I'm saying? But be mindful that you're not wasting your money. You know, if you're buying chlorophyll, I don't want you to get the sodium chlorophyllin, because when you go on the internet, see, this is another reason why I'm telling y'all, the AI is never going to replace humans. It's just going to retire lazy people and dummies. You know what I'm saying? But when you go, like if I'm thinking about buying chlorophyll because I heard about it somewhere, right? Nowadays, it's natural to ask ChatGPT. And so when you go ask ChatGPT, you're going to ask ChatGPT what you're excited about. Like, oh yeah, I'm trying to get this plant blood, or I'm trying to get some chlorophyll, and it's going to run you down. Oh, it's great for, you know, magnesium and freshening the body and relaxing the muscles. And it's going to run through this whole list. And you're going to be like, oh yeah, that's exactly why I'm getting this. Boop. And you done put your little order in, or you done grabbed your couple of bottles. You don't even know that what you grabbed and what ChatGPT is talking about is two totally different substances. Yeah, because ChatGPT only answers very specifically the question you ask it. It doesn't know how to like work around you, and you know what I'm saying? So you asked it about chlorophyll, it broke down chlorophyll for you. But what you didn't know was that you wasn't buying chlorophyll. It wasn't taking chlorophyll. That's something else. So you have to ask, if you want to ask about that, now you have to ask ChatGPT, well, what are the benefits of sodium chlorophyllins? And they'll tell you what that is, but they're not the same. And that's the same with kind of like everything. You know what I'm saying? You got to study. Because in every society, it's always going to be slaves and it's always going to be masters, period. It's always going to be people that can take care of themselves, that can fend for themselves, and it's going to be people that cannot take for themselves or fend for themselves, so they have to rely on the others, period. And in this new era that we're going in, I'm telling you, the books are the gold. Books are gold, especially with new information. Like old books is gold, but new books with new information, it's a dying breed. It's a dying breed. It's a dying breed because so many people is like doing AI books, and you can't do an AI book on a new thought. AI don't work that way. AI is basically like animated encyclopedias. So AI is not a forward-thinking machine. What AI does is give you whatever science is, you know, whatever academia says is this, that's what AI is going to give you. Period. Yesterday's news. You know what I'm saying? That's it. It's not going to give you tomorrow's discovery. It's going to give you yesterday's news. Period. You know, so it's a tool that you can use for research, but you know, you got a lot of those things on YouTube popping up, like make your book for you or make your podcast. I seen one this morning that was like make your own podcast, and it was crazy because it looked like two humans was having a conversation, but it wasn't. It was two AI people, like crazy. So in the future, the thing that's being pumped right now is dumbness. The thing that's being pumped is dumb. Dumb is the thing that's moving around right now. So a lot of people are getting dumb. Like, I want you to think of that in like an entendre, like, because it's a variety of ways. Like if dumb was a product, they're purchasing it. All kinds of ways people are getting dumb. So that is going to be the most important thing coming out of the information age or going through the information age, which information age is just, I don't think that we understood the impact of what that meant because we heard it. The information age is coming. The information age is coming. So we kind of knew the information age was coming, but I don't think we knew what that meant. I think we just meant that, you know, there'll be lots of information around for everybody. And that idea and that concept is literally making people stupid. And people are getting dumber and dumber by the second, and it is crazy. You know, like, listen, white folks, no disrespect, Indians, Chinese people, all that, no disrespect to any of y'all, but the FBA people, foundational Black Americans, probably one of the stupidest groups in America right now. It's crazy. If you consider yourself to be a foundational Black American and you don't read at least 2 to 3 books a month, everything else you saying is frivolous. Them foundational Black Americans, what they're saying is they people go back through slavery or whatever you would like to rephrase it as. So you can't come from a line of people that died. They literally got hung and set on fire and all that for you to be able to read. And now you don't read books. You're talking about where the audio book at. That's crazy. While waiting around for a handout. Like, yeah, reparations. And yeah. What? Them people y'all attaching yourself to is rolling over in their graves. Period. You want to make them ancestors proud? Read a book. Period.
These recipes all look crazy.
Yeah. And I'm definitely grateful to collab with Ink. Like, he's been, you know, sort of like a silent mentor, kind of like, you know, guiding me through a lot of these different processes, and, you know, me reaching out to him. What do you think about this? What do you think about that? So that's just a testament to, you know, a lot of information that, you know, I gathered from him and other people.
Lamar, don't take my word for it. Scholar, Society Baby, Dead Stock, Madman, Jeremiah. Thanks to the whole chat.
It's not just kitchen chemistry. You gotta add chemistry in the kitchen. And well cooking. Yeah.